திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில் திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா.
இடமே மதித்திட கல்வியில் உயர்ந்து நின்றோ கல்லூரியே
சோலைவன மனதே
பூக்கள் சூழ
பெண்கள் வந்து வீசதே
கல்லூரியே
சோலைவன மனதே
பூக்கள் சூழ
பெண்கள் வந்து வீசதே வாழ்க நம் கல்லூரியே பாடு மாணவனே
பாட கல்லூரியே பாடு மாணவியே வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் கல்விதானே வரமாகும் காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில் பொன் விழா கோலம் பொன் விழா ஓஹோ பொன் விழா போற்றும் கர்ம வீரரை புகழ்ந்திடுவோம் ஏழைகள் வாழ
இருந்தால்
எங்கள் வாழ்வில்
கல்வியை கொடுத்தார்
ஏழைகள் வாழ
இருந்தால்
எங்கள் வாழ்வில்
கல்வியை கொடுத்தார்
யாக வாழ்விற்றவர் நம் வாழ்வில் ஏற்றம் தந்தவர்
வாழ்வையேற்றவர் வாழ்வில் ஏற்றம் தந்தவர்
வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் கல்விதானே வரமாகும் காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில் பொன் விழா கோலம் பொன் விழா ஓஹோ பொன் விழா பொன்விழா ஆனந்தம் கொண்டாடும் நேரம் இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்
திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா
இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்
திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா.
The topic of webinar is effects of COVID. Good morning to all. You are most welcome to webinar. The topic of webinar is effects of COVID-19, pandemic and economic policy in India. And the webinar is organized by PG and Research Department of Economics, Kamaraj College, Thuthukudi, Tamil Nadu State. In this fine occasion, I invite Dr.A.Asok, Associate Professor of Economics and Research Coordinator in Arts, to deliver welcome address. Sir, please.
Very good morning to one and all. Honorable resource person, respected principal, head of the Department of Economics, faculty members, and my dear participants. It is a great honor for me to welcome our resource person this morning. Our eminent resource person, Dr.V.Malaisoodumperumal, is a Associate Professor of Economics, Department of Economics, Aditanar College of Arts and Science, Trichandur. His area of interest is public finance and environmental economics. He authored 2 books and co-authored with 4 books. He has published 10 articles in national level journals and 15 articles in international level journals. He has a rich experience in teaching and administration. On behalf of our management, Department of Economics, I welcome you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to our principal, Dr. T. Nagarajan, for his valuable guidance and encouragement. I welcome our head of the Department of Economics, Dr. Prabhavati, who is a source of inspiration and motivates us in all academic activities. I heartily welcome all the participants who are from various parts of our country and abroad. I hope this webinar will be more informative and knowledgeable. Finally, I welcome one and all. Thank you.
Dr.A.Asok, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone on the line. First of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Principal of Kamaraj College and my sincere thanks to the Department of Economics, Madam Prabhavati. My thoughtful and sincere thanks to Dr. Ashok, organizing secretary of the seminar, and his team members. And welcome, and I congratulate each and everyone on this line. Today, Dr. Ashok, organizing secretary of this national level webinar, has given me an opportunity to share my view on Indian economy as well as the impact of coronavirus and its impact on Indian economy. My lecture based on two broad areas, basically on the impact of pandemic crisis on Indian economy. Then the second aspect is what are the lessons we have learned from this pandemic effect. Before that, I have to say a few words about pandemic effect as well as the economy. Actually, novel coronavirus creates a lot of problem in the human body. This is the health issue. Any health issue can be mitigated or eradicated or removed from the society by medicine or vaccination only. But unfortunately, we don't have any proper medicine or vaccination to cure the disease due to the novel coronavirus. Many countries, advanced countries as well as India, is also trying to find the medicines or vaccination to cure the disease or to eradicate the coronavirus in the society. But unfortunately, we don't have any medicine so far. 2 days back, also Indian government made a tie-up with the UK to do research on this area. However, these activities are in the preliminary stage only. So we have to wait to some more time to to get the happy news from the medical scientists. So, but anyway, the World Health Organization has suggested social measures to tackle the novel corona problem. So actually, social measures are social distancing, isolation, washing masks, hand wash, and other related aspects. These are the social issues. Actually, social problem can be eradicated by the social measures. But unfortunately, the health problem cannot be tackled by the social measures. Even then, we can prevent the problem. So that's the World Health Organization has suggested the social security, social measures. But prolonging the social measures in any country will affect the economy. The only way to tackle this issue to improve our immunization. If you prolong the lockdown or social measures further, it will affect the immunization of the economy. So that as soon as possible, we have to find the solution or a medicine or invent a medicine to this pandemic effect. Otherwise, it is very difficult to manage our economy. In order to implement the social problems or social measures, the government has been implemented lockdown. We are in the fourth phase of lockdown. Continuously, we have been implementing 4 lockdowns. Tomorrow onwards, the liberalized fifth lockdown is going to implement in India. So, actually, if it is a lockdown, then it will affect the whole economy. You see the growth prediction for 2020-21. The world growth is less than 22%. But IMF predicted that world economic growth will be 3.3% in 2020 and 21. But Indian economic growth less than 2% only. But here, many advanced countries have been affected very much than the developing countries. Such this growth prediction and other related aspects is purely depending upon the relief measures taken by the particular government. But anyway, due to the corona or pandemic effect, we have lost our economic immunity. Then, due to the lockdown, we have been facing major issues or major challenges to our economy, not only in our economy, in the entire world. This can be reported or identified by the economists in 3 broad heads. Dr. Oman from CDS has identified economic issue or economic challenge, health challenge, welfare loss, or livelihood problem, as well as the problem of resources mobilization in the country. These are the topmost problems we have been facing at present. Such economic issue is the topmost problem among the other issues, because once the economic issue is eradicated in the country or solved in the country, all other problems will be eliminated or will be disappear very soon. Therefore, government has given much importance to boost the economic development. So, you see this way, the Indian economy at present. Actually, due to the 4 lockdowns in India, first 2 lockdowns, 2 phases of lockdowns they are very, very severe, but third and the fourth are liberalized lockdown. The fifth will be more liberalized lockdown in India. But anyway, the lockdown has affected the whole Indian economy. So this is the work scientifically done by Professor C. Rangarajan as well as the Sri Vastavar from former chairman of Delhi Madras School of Economics. You know very well about Dr. C. Ranganathan, former governor of RBI. Scientifically, they did this work. Dr. Rangarajan constantly and continuously writing about our macroeconomic issues past 2 or 3 years. He has been recommending our government to spend a huge amount on infrastructure and other public activities. But our government is not at all taking C. Rangarajan's suggestion. I don't know what are the reasons. If you talk about the constant work of Rangarajan, our presentation will take another way. Therefore, I am coming to our area. See, here we have classified 4 groups: first, second, third, and fourth group. The first group: agriculture, allied activities, public administration, health services, and defense. These are normal performance in India, even though a crisis in our country. The agriculture and allied sectors are usual growth, especially defense and our health services are full active. This is the time to convey my sincere thanks to our health workers, doctors, and other police officials, including police officials. Thanks to our farmers also, because all the farm producers are available in the market. We have to salute our farmers. So because of the farmers, as well as the effective working culture of our doctors, as well as the health workers, our agriculture, health service, as well as the defense services, these are full active in India, even though lockdown in our country. Second, you come to the manufacturing. The manufacturing is also affected significantly because first 2 phases of lockdown, full lockdown, without any manufacturing activities in our country. That is why the manufacturing units are affected significantly in our country. Then third one is mining, quarry, finance services, real estate, construction, professional services, electricity, gas, water supply, and other utility services are affected 50%. Averagely, they are these sectors, these services are affected in our country. Then the final one is trade, retail, transport, cinema halls, tourism, and other related sectors are severely affected due to the lockdown. Their maximum disruption, these sectors. Therefore, overall, our economy has come down past 4 months. Because, economically speaking, both the demand and the supply are affected due to the continuous lockdown in our country. So overall growth has been affected by this pandemic period. This is the overall economic growth has affected in India. The subsequent effects are job loss. 20 million people are losing their jobs in our country. Mostly they are unorganized and informal sectors. Then I have to mention here, already 16% of the people are living below poverty line. But at present, more than 40 crore people are forced to live in below poverty line in international standard 1.90 years. Among them, 18 crores people are in urban area, as well as the 28 crore people are in semi-urban as well as the rural area. As a result, the labor supply in rural area has increased 20%. One, as well as the labor scarcity in city area, especially in Chennai, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Karnataka, and these are the metropolitan cities, industry area. Most of the workers are migrated from these cities to the rural area, as well as, and therefore, 20% of the labor scarcity in city, metropolitan area, city or industrial area, as well as the 20% of the labor supply has increased in this rural area. Ultimately, unemployment problem in India. One, unemployment in our country, as a result, falling income as well as it affects the livelihood of the poor people. Of course, rich as well as the government employees are very safe place. But in the case of jobless labor in unorganized as well as the informal sectors, some self-employed, they are losing their income. So that whole economy development has been affected. Okay, so economic slowdown generally, but specifically speaking, unemployment problem, that means jobless. As a result, income of the people has been slowed down. As a result, the consumption of the poor as well as the unemployed will affect severely in our country. As a result, whole demand has been slowed down in India. In macro level, the slowdown of demand in India, but micro level, unemployment, loss of income, as well as the other related problems has been faced by poor people. More than 50% of people are living under poverty at present due to the this lockdown or due to the corona. But it's only a temporary phenomenon because government has taken various measures to tackle this problem. It is only a temporary method. In course of time, we can achieve the higher economic growth. Right. Now, we come to the next area. We have to solve this issue in our country. We have to improve our economy. See, both economic stimulus as well as the immunity of the people, both should be increased in our country. Therefore, our Prime Minister spelled out the self-reliant India. This is the guiding principle for all economic packages. Basis of this guiding principle, our Reserve Bank of India, as well as the Finance Minister, have given various measures, both monetary as well as the fiscal policy, to remove this issue from our economy. As I already stated here, novel corona is a have suggested various policy measures. Professor Rahat Patnaik from JNU, JND Ghosh, as well as the Professor Arun Kumar, Professor Oman from CDS, as well as the Srigant Reddy, chairman of Health Foundation in India. They have given various measures to the government. On the basis of the measures, as well as the discussion with the experts in our country, the finance ministry as well as the RBI have jointly taken various measures to tackle this economic issue of our country. Many economists have advised the government to take very strong measures to tackle this problem. Otherwise, it is very difficult to improve our economy post-pandemic period because V-shaped growth curve is very, very difficult to the economy, developing country, even in under advanced countries also, because V-shaped growth, we need the very higher package of stimulant as well as the other related aspects. But India is concerned, V-shaped growth is not possible. However, U-shaped growth is possible in India because the stimulant package will slowly increase our output as well as the consumption demand side also. Therefore, U-shaped, not a simply U-shaped, shallow U-shaped growth is possible in India, according to many economists told to us. Therefore, government has taken measures to tackle these problems. Uh, the finance ministry as well as the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, Reserve Bank of India has have taken various measures, but economists have suggested two different guiding principles to our finance ministry as well as the Reserve Bank of India. The first one is short-term survival package. The second one is medium and long-term effects. Therefore, government has announced 20.97 lakh crore economic stimulus package. You see the economic stimulus package announced by our government, both RBI as well as the finance minister. The early package announced in March 26 by our finance minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitaram, 1,92,800 crores for MSME as well as the other related measures to tackle the pandemic problem in India. This is the earlier package given by our finance minister. Second, RBI measures. RBI has taken various measures to increase our output as a economic student, as well as the economic graduate. We may aware about the fiscal policy as well as the monetary policy. During the time of depression, your fiscal measures to be stand fast than our monetary policy. But monetary policy is also paramount important to increase the output. Unless until change in this monetary policy, we are not able to increase our output in our country. Therefore, RBI is given much importance to increase the economic development. But RBI alone cannot increase the output in India. The former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan very often he is saying this word. RBI is also joining with the government, for the government as well as for the fiscal as well as monetary policy to increase the economic development. So that RBI has announced reduce the repo rate to 4.4% to 4%. Then liquidity measures. It means more credit facilities to MSME, liquid cash expansion of our industry, as well as the overdraft also, as well as our finance, our RBI has reduced the marginal standing facilities. Marginal standing facilities is you know very well about this. The emergency borrowing from the RBI, it has increased. It has increased to 4.2%. Usually 1% of the demand deposit. Now it has increased to 4.2%. So that money circulation in the society will be increased. Then advances more advances to the state government also. State government can issue the bond and the security to tackle the financial issues, so that these are the measures taken by RBI to increase or to tackle the economic issues in our country. Then our finance minister announced 5 different packages, 5 different parts of health packages. First one is tranche one, part one. Part one concentrated on funding to MSME, non-financial financial corporation, electricity, even to generate the power, as well as the EPR. So these are the area covered in the tranche one. In order to increase the output in our country, in order to increase the financial strength of the MSME, the finance minister sanctioned huge amount to MSME, as well as the non-financial financial corporation, electricity, as well as the EPF also. Now, the finance minister has changed the yardstick of the, redefined the MSME on the basis of investment, as with the channel. The redefined the our MSME, so that we expect that our output will increase very, very soon. Then tranche two, part two, funds allotted to migrant, as well as the Kisan credit card, NABARD, Mudra account holders, as well as the street vendors. They have suffered a lot in India. That's why they have given much importance to street vendors also. This package around 10,000 lakhs crores for this part. Again, third one is for agriculture, food processing, allied activities, including agriculture marketing. Because agriculture is, of course, normal performance in India. Even then, in order to increase the more employment opportunity in the field of agriculture, to increase the agriculture produce, the finance minister has sanctioned 1,50,000 lakhs crores for agriculture and allied activities development. Again, tranche 4 and coal mining, defense products, airspace management, social infrastructure, boosting private investment in the country, atomic energy, MG, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, health education, IBC, insolvency diagnostic code reform, and additional resources to the state government. The fourth and fifth are very, very important package to increase the money supply, as well as the demand, boost the demand in our country. In overall, 20.97 lakhs crores have been pumped in the society to increase the output, agriculture produce, as well as the welfare of the people. So this is around 10% of our GDP. Here we have to mention one point. All the developing countries, all the developed countries, they have allotted 20%, more than 20% for this stimulant package of their GDP. However, these Asian countries also allotted 20, 15, 18, and others really around the 20%. But unfortunately, our government has sanctioned only 10% of our GDP for this economic stimulant package. Of course, it is little less. But even then, we expect that post-pandemic period, they have allotted more funds to development purpose. Again, economists analyze these packages. Whether this amount, this package, these measures taken by the government is sufficient or not. In economic point of view, first you come to the demand side. During the time of depression or any crisis like this pandemic or epidemic, we have to increase our demand or consumption first. After that, the supply will increase automatically. Once again, you realize what we studied in our macroeconomics, Keynesian view, demand creates supply. It is true. So we have to give much importance to increase the welfare of the people or the consumption. If so, the entire economic demand will go up, followed by the supply. So that economists have recommended our government to give at least 5,000 or 7,000 rupees cash to 3 months continuously for poor as well as the needy people. But this issue was not seriously taken by the government. In Tamil Nadu government sanctioned only 1,000 rupees to each and every patient holder. And free food and other things also. Then free food as well as the other essential items to be distributed through public distribution system for another 6 months, recommended by the Professor Arun Kumar, Prabhat Patnaik, then J.D. Kos, and other economists, leading economists in India, as well as the former finance minister P. Chidambaram, as well as the Sri Yashwant Shinda, former finance minister. They have given much importance to short-term relief measures. But government has given much importance to medium term as well as the long term package measures, so that the relief package so far announced by the finance minister will not increase the consumption of the people immediately. Therefore, the demand is still under fall. So these measures are sufficient to increase the basic needs as well as the consumption. One more point I have to given to you. In the supply side, already shortage of labor in the city area or in the industrial estate, as well as the demand is also very slow in India. Then again, price of the raw materials and the other related are very costly in India. Your supply side mechanism totally disturbed by this lockdown or this pandemic effect. So that supply is not increasing that up to that level, what we expect the level. So the supply is also not is increased that much level in short period. As a result, stagflation in India. The students are advised to go through the literature, I mean concept of stagflation. Higher inflation is lower unemployment or lower growth in the country. It is not good for any country, but is only a short period phenomenon only. In long period, definitely our economic will go up. So immediate relief is monetary help to the poor as well as the needy people. But we are very late. Already for 4 months have been gone. Now we are in this fifth, I mean, last day of the fourth phases of lockdown. Tomorrow onwards, the liberalized fifth lockdown is going to implement in our country. So this is too late anyway. But this is the view of the economy. The relief measures announced by the Nirmala Sitharaman will not increase the short-term supply as well as the demand. So even then, medium as well as the long-term economic will grow immediately. My second part of presentation is based on what are the lessons we have learned from this lockdown or this pandemic crisis in India. So because the policymakers as well as the economy researchers will talk about the pandemic COVID-19 pandemic in future course. Because in 1930, still we have been talking about the economic depression around the 1930. In future course, our policymakers, our researchers, scientists, and other experts in the field of economics as well as the science, they will talk about COVID-19. So various lessons we have been learned from this COVID-19 or this short-term lockdown. So these are the lessons. This very important for our policymakers, economic students, researchers, and others also. Even common people will talk about these aspects in post-pandemic period. So first one is importance of agriculture. See, still agriculture is the productive sector because regular supply to our food items. We are having all the agriculture produce in the market thanks to our farmers. Recently, our Vice President, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, quoted the Nishma Karma. This is quoted by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. This is the statement made to Archana by our Krishna. Without getting any fruitful from our services, we have to do our services. Like that, Indian farmers are whether profit or loss, they have been working in their agriculture field. Whether the loss, they are doing the same work. Whether the profit, they are doing the same work. But other industries, others are simply switching over their economic activities. But still farmers are doing the same activities in our country. This is the gift of our nation. This is the gift of our country. I bow my head in front of all the farmers. Thanks to our farmers because they are supplying the food and other items to whole 138, 40 people living in our country. They are doing their karma, their duty very clearly. So happy. I'm very happy and thanks to our farmers. Then from this pandemic, we have to know one more point, need to send the labor law. India has implemented Trade Union Act 1926, then Minimum Wage Act 1948, as well as the Factory Act 1948. Even then, a section of people are living below poverty. They are jobless, unemployed in our country. Already I mentioned in the introductory part. Additionally, 40 crore people are unemployed at present in our country. So that we have to change our labor law, job protection, minimum wage, reasonable wage. They are other facilities to the workers, those who are working in the unorganized and the informal sector. This is paramount important point we have to mark in our mind. The decision makers or a government or a policy maker has to have to suggest the government to take a severe or reform the labor law in our country because a section of people, more than 50% of people are hunger in the country. It is constitutional flaw. It is not correct. So this is the time to learn the policy makers, topmost officials, bureaucrats, to take necessary action to protect the workers in the unorganized as well as the informal sector. So this point we have learned from this pandemic effect. Again, restructure the center-state relationship. India is a quasi-federal government. It is not a federal. US is a federal government. The state has more power in US than India. So this is from our Prime Minister is spelled out the cooperative federalism. But it is not correct in India. It is not a cooperative federalism. According to 7th schedule, more power in the hands of union government, less power to the states. Then local bodies, financial powers is not discussed in the 7th schedule Indian Constitution. This is the responsibility of the state government has to give the financial assistance to the local body. So this system to be remodified in India because more responsibility to the local government as well as the state government, but more financial power to in the hands of the union government. It is not unjust. Of course, Finance Commission is releasing fund certain criteria. All those things are here. All those things are in India. Even then, less financial power, but more responsibility to the state government. It is unjust. So 7th schedule to be remodified. Otherwise, the state government will not give the more financial assistance to the local body. So local people are giving much to be given much importance in our country because they are accessing the people. So this system is very good system. Local body is helping to the state government. State should cooperate with the central government. Union government should give the financial assistance to the state. State should give the financial assistance to the local body. So this is the best federal system. But this federal system is incomplete. So this is the point we have learned from this pandemic period. So this is the time to remodify the section of the central state relationship in India. It doesn't mean that we should not borrow the other, take the responsibility as well as the financial power of the central government. It is not that. It is not. I can quote here. I have to say a word here. The former chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, say N.D. Rama Rao. Very often he quoted a statement. There is central. You see the map. Many states in our country. There is union government. There is central. There is no central in India, according to N.D. Rama Rao. But more powers in the union government. It is good because defense, science and technology, space research, and other activities, foreign affairs, and other activities are in the hands of union government. Even then, reasonable financial autonomy to be given to the state. This is a strong flaw our civil system. It should be changed. This is the point we have learned from this pandemic. So restructure the centers of relationship in India. Again, local governments being equipped and financial, like a Kerala model. In Kerala, I have to quote the Kerala. In Kerala, 1/3 of the state's income is diverted to the local bodies of development. The Kudumbashree system, it is similar to self-help groups in Tamil Nadu or other places in India. It is improved version of Kudumbashree system. So the Kudumbashree system is very successful in Kerala because they are part in the economic development of the rural Kerala. Most of the local body women members are elected from Kudumbashree members only. So this is a success of the Kerala government. They are flexible finance, local body finance system has been following in Kerala very long period. That is why any pandemic or any crisis, any epidemic, easily they will assess the people, local people, with the help of Kudumbashree. So that this type of local body should be strengthened like a Kerala model. I'm not suggesting the Kerala model. Like the Kerala model, it should be changed. So we have the very powerful local government in India. So US is failed to tackle the pandemic crisis because absence of the local body. There, only states as well as the federal government, 50 states as well as the federal government in US system. But in India, very powerful, very strong local government, states as well as the union government. But lack of financial facilities to the local body. So it should be changed. Again, another one lesson. This is a chance to strengthen the health system in India. Of course, health is in concurrent list, both the union government as well as the state. They are looking at the health sector in India. But India is a mixed economy. Politically, we have very often we are saying that democratic socialism, mixed economy. Economically, we say that it's a mixed economy. Our constitution clearly states that both private as well as public household, they are jointly doing economic activities in India. It is a good one, of course. But in what extent? Many health institutions are in the corporate sector nowadays. Due to the economic reform, many corporate bada-sized hospitals are established in India. It is good, of course. Many Asian people as well as the African and the Gulf people are visiting to India to check the medical treatment. We are earning more foreign exchange from health sector. It is good, of course, but they lose the public good of health. Health is a public good. These should be strengthened in India in order to increase the more or modernization of private hospitals or a private health sector. We ignore the health, public health in India. Very good, eminent doctors as well as the health workers are in health infrastructure in our country. It's a pathetic situation we are facing in India. So that health sector should be modernized like a private health sector. See the private health sector, they are well equipped, very neat, very clean, but very efficient doctors are working in our health sector, but very, very poor environment. So this should be changed at least this time. Then mixed economic, what extent government, what extent private? In what are the area government should look after? What are the areas should be taken by the private sector? So it should be thoroughly discussed again, because health poor people as well as the in rural area and urban, they are totally depending upon the public health. Public health is a public good. Public good is so weak in our country. So it should be very modified in countries, so that only we can expect the social welfare. Then only we can say that it is a welfare government. So without ignoring a set of people in rural or urban poor, then we are talking about the very good constitution, very good economic policy. So these are not good. It's a time to modify the health rules and the regulations. One more, we have to think the health policy, PPP, public-private participation in health sector. During the time of pandemic or any natural calamities or any epidemic, such a time, the private hospital must give the treatment to the poor people without any free of cost. Such a policy to be taken by the government. The government must give the financial assistance to our private health sector at least that time. So health sector to be modified post-pandemic period. So then village level, village is suffered a lot due to this lockdown or during the corona period. But we have the village administrative institution, very strong institution in India. VDA system, village administrative office, as well as the local self-government in our country. These are the three powerful institutions are in rural, including in this urban also. But lack of information lacking among these sectors. So these media system, village administrative office, as well as the local bodies should be connected in one data set. If any problem, immediately they can identify who is the poor, X is poor. Immediately they can assess the poor as well as they give the needy financial assistance or any other assistance to the poor people immediately. So data set to be created. The same data, these three institutions should be work in one data set, one line. See, nowadays many administrative works are done in the taluk center as well as the district headquarters. These work should be done in the local government, village administrative office. What is the necessity of going to approach the taluk center? The village administrative officer is writing, giving on the basis of the statement only. The taluk center is giving any certificates, anything. What is the necessity of going and approaching and the taluk center? Why can't we give the same service in the local, rural itself? So BD system, village administrative offices, local self-government, which are functioning for the rural people, but there is a lacking of connectivity. So these three institutions should be connected in same data set. Then only the financial assistance or any assistance to be reached to people immediately without any plan. So this point to be considered by the policy makers in our country. Then role of IT sector. Many teachers, students, as well as the government employees or conventional employees, they are doing pencil, paper, face-to-face work. But the COVID-19 teaches us we have to improve the IT knowledge. During the pandemic period or lockdown period, the IT sector played a vital role, even now also. E-billing, then e-pass, online consultation, online education. Now we are doing the online education as well as the online business. So these are done by the very modern, improved connection system one day. So IT sector to be improved or it should be modernized the digital system, modernize the digital system as well as it should be easy to approach the poor people also. So then there is a job opportunity in the post-pandemic period in this digital department, content writer, content marketing, web writer, web designer, programmer. So many market job employment in the field of IT sector. So education institutions should make practice the students to work in this field. Then our consumption packaging has been changed. We postpone the luxurious commodity and we take the essential commodity only. Then mostly in medicinal products also. So government has to give much importance to this with Ayurvedic research, medicine, and as well as the naturopathy, then Burma and other things. Again, care economy. This is the concept we have to keep in our mind. See, instead of growth economy, care economy. The economy should care of the poor people. It means free health, sanitation, distribution of free food, essential items, as well as the minimum days of employment, as well as the then urban employment guarantee scheme to be implemented in India. Instead of growth, we have to give the care to the poor people. This is the point we have to keep in our mind. Then additional burden to banking sector as well as the police department due to this lockdown. Government has announced many financial assistance to the MSME and the other financial and other manufacturing sectors, but it will increase the non-performing assets in India. After certain years only, we may know the problem. So we have to think about non-performing assets. This is an additional burden to the financial sector. The work is also more work to the banking department, so that find many workers in the banking sector. Finally, the police department. So the work of the police department has been increased during the pandemic period, post-pandemic period also. So the poor people will stand to the anti-social activities. So post-pandemic period, unless until properly we regulate the unemployed, jobless people in rural area, they will stand to the anti-social elements. So it's additional burden to the police department also. Anyway, the COVID-19 pandemic crisis is a lesson to our country, lesson to each and every person, a lesson to the policymakers, lesson to the students also. So government has been taken various measures. These measures are highly suitable for medium as well as the long term. But there is a lacking in survival package, so short period package. So that's the only drawback in the stimulant package. Anyway, our people are fighting continuously against the COVID-19. We have that very soon. The COVID problem will be solved in our nation, in the world. We will get the higher economic development in forthcoming period. So with these words, I conclude my presentation. Any observation, any question, please come forward.
Open for the interaction with our resource person. What kind of fiscal measures are needed to overcome the economic problems right now, sir?
Okay, very good question raised by Mr. Rajendra. Okay, I appreciate our participants. Very good question raised by the participants. Actually, three measures to be tackled any economic problem in the country. First one is monetary policy, fiscal policy, as well as the structural changes. Any natural calamities or any type of pandemic, any type of pandemic, or any type of short period issues, your fiscal policy to be taken by the government. Because fiscal policy only will increase the purchasing power of the people or the consumption of the people immediately. The monetary policy through the Reserve Bank of India or the central bank, it takes time to increase the output. So the monetary policy will concentrate on the industrial side. They will increase the output in the country, supply side management, but demand side management. I think we have studied in our fiscal economic framing policy. If any immediate choke in the economy, your fiscal policy to be stand first. Fiscal policy in the sense, government should give the financial assistance to the needy people, poor people, at least reasonable amount, 10,000 rupees per month, continuously 3 or 4 months. This is a fiscal instrument. The second one is the government should give the distribute the free food and other necessary items to the people up to end of the pandemic crisis. As well as the government should allot huge amount on health activities services, health services, clean and sanitation and other activities. So government should, finance minister should spend huge amount on fiscal measures at present health sector, cash or cash package or a relief to the poor as well as the needy people who've been jobless, others as well as the free food and other necessary items to be given to the poor people. But government has given minimum only less amount has sanctioned by the union government. It is not sufficient. It was criticized by all the economists. It should be increased. This is the only way to improve the purchasing power of the people and increase the consumption in short period. So, in short period, fiscal measures, or government should spend huge amount on these activities, health and other activities. Any other question?
मेडिसिन नथिला मेडिसिन खाली फोन कला सिना नथिला त पाखरे बागुडी पहुंचला बेलू कहूची नै खासी
Sir Purushottam, ask the first question, sir.
हेलो
Hello.
हेलो
Kekale.
हेलो
Please, it's audible. Please,
What
please,
are the
please ask the question. Mansoor, Professor Mansoor, please ask your question.
हेलो
Hello, I
Sir,
audible, please.
good morning, sir.
Yes. Good morning, very good morning.
Good
Please
morning,
ask your
sir.
question. Very good
Sir,
morning.
my question is, sir, our honorable PM just a few months before he told
Yes.
that India is trying to reach the 5 trillion economy, but
5 trillion.
is it yeah? So is it possible?
Yes, whether it's
I
possible
think
or not. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible.
yeah,
Very good. I
in
appreciate,
this
Professor.
particular sir.
Yes, very good question raised by Professor. By 5 trillion economy, actually, this slogan raised by the Prime Minister of India, it is possible, not immediately, because
Sure.
pre-COVID period, our economic growth was around 5% only. We are in lower position. We reached 8-9% only, but pre-COVID also, COVID-19 also, our economic growth was not much. Our economists have suggested to invest huge amount on infrastructure and other expenditure. But in between the COVID-19, we have been facing the COVID-19 crisis at first. 5 trillion economy is possible, not immediately. On that, we have to spend huge amount on infra, as well as we have to start the many industries in rural area. For that purpose, we have to seek the financial assistance from World Bank as well as the IMF. IMF is ready to give the financial assistance to India in the category of special drawing rights. Now, 1.5 billion amount has been sanctioned by our IMF to tackle the pandemic. They are ready to give the huge amount in special drawing rights. In the special drawing rights, we can get any currency from IMF. So World Bank and IMF, Asian Development, they are ready to give the financial assistance to India to raise our economic development. The present government is very hesitating to borrow the money from foreign countries. So, but possible. It is possible, not very soon. It takes some more years. Definitely possible, because there is a lacking in international trade as well as the international market. Now China is coming down. We can catch all the markets as well as we now make in India. We have opened the economy to the foreign country. Unless until break the egg, you can't make the omelette. So we have to change. Structural changes is necessary. Reform is necessary, but in what extent? So with the help of reform as well as the financial help from the international financial institution, definitely we can reach the 5 billion economic growth, but not immediately. Okay, Professor? But possible. Okay, any other questions?
बागुड़ी बजाई करके
नंबर कर जाएंगे वहाँ पर उड़ीसा का बच्चा है वो तो अच्छे खासे नंबर को हासिल करेगा परसेंटेज बढ़ जाएंगे और केमिस्ट्री में नहीं
So your audio is not clear.
हिंदी में एक कोर्स नहीं दिलाते फिर मैं रामादास से बात करके कंफर्म करता हूँ ठीक है
Your audio is not clear, Professor. Please.
आना तो नहीं है आना नहीं आना
What? Okay. Any other question, please?
Sir,
Okay, please.
what extent impact free growth of guarantee scheme or stimulated package towards sustain industrial sector for inclusive growth and reduce agree fiscal policy sustains 10% of GDP growth.
Okay. What extent impact free growth guarantee scheme stimulate the package towards? Okay, but any stimulate, I mean, this type of guarantee scheme will increase the consumption of the poor people. Definitely, any cash packages or cash financial assistance to the people will improve our consumption of the poor people in India. So definitely, this type of package is necessary for this at least this. Okay, any other question? Okay, participants on the line. I convey my sincere thanks to all the participants on the line, as well as my sincere thanks to Dr.A.Asok, Organizing Secretary, as well as the team members in the Department of Economics, Commerce College. I convey my sincere thanks to Principal of Commerce College. Once again, I convey my sincere thanks thanks to each and everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. M. Chandra, Assistant Professor of Economics, to propose a vote of thanks. Good afternoon to all. On behalf of our college management, principal, and faculty members, I thank our eminent resource person, Dr.V.Malaisoodumperumal, Associate Professor of Economics, Aditanar College of Arts and Science, Tirchandur, for delivering a wonderful lecture. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. G. Nagarajan, for his enthusiastic support. Our heartfelt thanks to our organizing secretary, Dr.A.Asok, Associate Professor of Economics and Research Coordinator in Art, for organizing this webinar. I thank HOD of Economics, Dr. R. Prabhavati, for her motivation. I am very grateful to A. Madana Gopal for his technical support. A special thanks to the organizing committee members of this webinar, teaching and non-teaching, for this coordination. My sincere thanks to all the participants. Finally, I thank one and all. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dear participants, the feedback link was posted in the chat box. Kindly please fill the feedback link, then only you will get your certificates. Today, the first 100 participants will reach your certificates. For the forthcoming days, the remaining participants, you will get your certificates. So kindly please fill the feedback form. The link will be posted in the chat box. Dear participants, link will be open only for next 30 minutes. So kindly please fill your feedback form at the earliest. Thank you.
வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் கல்விதானே வரமாகும். காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில் பொன் விழா கோலம். பொன் விழா, ஓஹோ பொன் விழா, பொன் விழா, பொன் விழா ஆண்டிலே ஆனந்தம் கொண்டாடும் நேரமே இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்
திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா
இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்
திருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா
இடமே மதித்திட கல்வியில் உயர்ந்து நின்றோ. கல்லூரியே
சோலைவனம் மனதே
பூக்கள் சூழ
திங்கள் வந்து வீசுதே.
கல்லூரியே
சோலைவனம் மனதே
பூக்கள் சூழ
திங்கள் வந்து வீசுதே. வாழ்க நம் கல்லூரியில் பாடு மாணவனே.
வாழ்க நம் கல்லூரியில் பாடு மாணவியே. வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் கர்ம வீரரை புகழ்ந்திடுவோம். ஏழைகள் வாழ
ஏழியாயிருந்தார்
எங்கள் வாழ்வில்
கல்வியை கொடுத்தார்.
ஏழைகள் வாழ
ஏழியாயிருந்தார்
எங்கள் வாழ்வில்
கல்வியை கொடுத்தார்.
யாக வாழ்வுற்றவர் நம் வாழ்வில் ஏற்றம் தந்தவர்.
யாக வாழ்வையேற்றவர் நம் வாழ்வில் ஏற்றம் தந்தவர்.
வாழ்க்கையெல்லாம் கல்விதானே வரமாகும்.
யா, யா, யா.
காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில் பொன் விழா கோலம்.
யா, யா, யா.
பொன் விழா
பொன் விழா,
ஓஹோ பொன் விழா
பொன் விழா.
பொன் விழா பொன் விழா ஆனந்தம் கொண்டாடும் நேரம். இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்
பெருவிழா சந்தோஷ பெருவிழா
இது காமராஜ் கல்லூரியில்